Today, let's drink a mead called Steve.
Aged 1 year.
Welcome to the tasting room, where we drink adult beverages
And judge them.
She gets more dramatic with that every single time. I'm Brian.
I'm Derica.
And this is one of ours. This was actually, for years, people always said, oh, well, it doesn't matter what you name it. This name means this and this name. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make a mead and call it Steve. And, well, a guy named Steve sent us a bunch of stuff. So we made a mead called Steve in his honor.
And if I recall, at the time
tea.
of making, it was very tasty. Steve was tasty.
It smells good, too. It's also 13% and 1.030 final gravity. So it's a sweet mead. But we have empty glasses and a full bottle, which means we need the pour can. Color.
Color. It reminds me of tea.
Yeah, it does have, well, I think this was made with tea.
I think it was too.
So on the smell.
Ooh, that's potent.
Yeah, it's got a really nice honey forward with a caramel oaky
kind of thing.
I think we oaked it. I don't remember. And don't get offended. Don't get mad at us. We don't check these ahead of time. That way we don't have a bias going in. Other than I know I've drank a couple of these already, so I know it's good.
Smells like wood.
Yep, it's the wood that makes it good.
Yeah, it almost smells like an apple,
Yeah, kind of.
but mostly wood.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited.
It's a very nice, strong
Yeah.
aroma. It's
Yeah.
filling. It smells sweet, but not super sickly.
Yep.
Almost has a maple syrup kind of thing going on, or like a fruity syrup. That's what I'm getting.
Fruity syrup with wood. Lots of wood.
So are you ready? That's really nice.
It's got a lovely complexity to it.
Yeah. It's got a good mouthfeel.
It's got enough tannins, enough lighter acidity punch.
Yeah. It's more acidic than I thought. Like in the aftertaste, it's actually coming back a little more acidic, which is great. I love that. I want acidity.
Tannic forward and then acidic back end.
Yeah. The sweetness carries through the whole thing without being overwhelming. Now, I know some people will say 1.030 is too sweet. Depends on the brew. Some brews, that's too much. Some brews, it's not enough. So.
It's really interesting to me, and I had to take another taste again just to check on that. I'm getting the wood notes first, and as it starts to go back to my palate, I guess deeper in my palate, I don't know, I'm getting a strong honey note, and then it goes back to like some stone fruit and some spices and some more wood.
See, I'm having a little different experience. I'm getting like a stone fruit. I get that like mid to end. The wood, I don't know. It's kind of carrying through the whole thing to me.
Yeah, but it's like wood, honey, combination of wood and stone fruit.
Well, now I
spices.
gotta try that again.
It's like you're driving a car and you're going through the gears. Ring, ring, ring.
I'm getting a lot of like caramel apple type flavors. Really nice. I like that. I'm actually running out of words for this one.
Yeah, because there's like too many. There's too many words.
The tannic mouthfeel is nice. There's a little bit of a drying effect, not too strong. The acidity makes the sweetness more juicy. Making you think of fruit, even though I don't believe there's any fruit in this.
No. It's
Really interesting.
It's kind of reminding me of when you put honey in a fruited tea, or you drizzle honey over like a dessert fruit plate where it's like poached pears drizzled with honey or something. It's kind of that kind of sweetness with the juicy fruit sweetness combined.
Okay, that last sip, I tasted the tea. I actually got tea, like black tea.
So I'm going to cheat.
It's okay, you can do that.
I am very curious. You know what they say about curiosity and kittens. All right. So I need to look for
So our neighbor across the street today is making some unusual noises.
It sounds like they, Blue Man Group where they have the different tubes?
Yeah.
It
It sounded like somebody tapping on a PVC pipe.
Sounds like he's making music over there.
I swear they know when we hit record. It can be quiet all day. We come out here to record. As soon as we start recording, noise. And because we're in a converted garage, we still have the garage door up. And we have some amount of insulation on it, but apparently not as much noise insulation as we really should.
Okay, so yes, Scotch barrel tea. That's where that's coming from.
We still have some of that too.
Wildflower honey, water, 71B, go from Fermento. The additions, were peach extract and vanilla extract.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
Sweetened with a meadowphone.
Oh, that's where I'm getting.
That's where all those flavors are coming from. That makes sense now.
The peach, gotta say, didn't really come through as peach. Stone fruit, though.
Stone fruit. That's a win.
Yep. Interesting.
But that is
now I taste peach.
So interesting that all that wood came from the tea.
Mm-hmm. But it was a smoked tea, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. That explains why I taste the tea so much, too.
Yeah.
This is great. I really like this.
Yeah. I wish I had my TARDIS. I know I say it all the time. It's probably annoying, but I really wish I had the means of going back and comparing the age, when you're aged Steve.
Oh, to the
freshly batched Steve.
Some people have suggested that we make a second batch to test that way. It's not the same thing. You can make the same batch a year apart, and they're going to be slightly different. So comparing that is difficult. But anyway, at this point, we got to start thinking about numbers. On your screen, you should be seeing our scorecard, which goes from 1 through 11, because that's right, ours goes to 11. What you don't see is the 0, reserved for things that they totally suck. This, I'm going to say, is not a 0.
No.
And I don't think it's an 11.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
That is lovely.
Do you have a number?
Do I have a number? I need more.
Of course you do.
So, in case we haven't mentioned it, we are tasting Steve today at room temperature.
Yep.
We decided not to chill him. And now that I'm tasting it and I'm enjoying it so much, I don't think I want to chill it.
It's nice and rich. If you chilled it, I think you'd lose some of that. And I believe I have chilled this in the past, and that's why I said that. But, do you have a number?
I do.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 9.
9.5.
Couldn't quite go to the 0.5. Oh, we got a fly.
Oh, I got him.
She got him.
I got him.
I don't know. Are we allowed to show death like that on YouTube?
Oh, it's not.
Yeah. Anyway.
Violence is not the answer, ladies and gentlemen.
I could not go to 10 on this.
I couldn't either.
But
that's
I
why
thought it was
9.5.
But this is really, really good.
There's like
a slight bitter, undesirable.
Bitter,
yeah.
A little, and it's just a little discordant with everything else going on.
Yeah. But other than that, I think this is actually, a 9 and a 9.5. Come on. That's really good, you know? So, that means we have another half bottle of mead that has to get gone through in the next few days.
Oh, no.
So, if you made a mead called Steve from our recipe, let us know what you thought of it.
Yeah.
I'm actually really curious. I know a couple people told me that they really liked it, so I'm curious if anybody else has that experience.
Right. And if you want to make a mead called Steve, I'll make sure to link our making of video in the description of this video, so that way you can go back to City Steading Brews and make it yourself.
And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.
Bye-bye.